It's early morning, and the cattle are restless. Soon, they'll be taken to the watering hole. Michael Mataki is up already, collecting a cup of milk to go with the breakfast tea.
Google it.
Michael and his family live in Kenya, in East Africa. They are Akamba, one of the largest tribes in the country. The family owns about 4 hectares of land called a shamba, the Swahili word for cultivated field. This year, the December rains did not bring enough moisture to the soil, and a drought has stunted the corn and bean crops. No one is going to starve, but meals will be skimpier than usual, and there will be nothing left over to sell in the market. There is still water available, but it's far from home, well over an hour by foot. Every day, Michael or one of his family has to collect the empty jerry cans and set out for the reservoir. The cattle are herded along at the same time, usually by one of Michael's sisters. Cattle are one of the traditional herd animals of Kenya. In the old days, they not only supplied beef and milk, but they were a means of measuring wealth. When a man wanted to marry a woman, he presented her father with so many head of cattle. The water is contained in a catchment, a large reservoir that collects rainwater running off the hills. There is still a good supply of water here, though if the drought runs on too long, it too could dry up. Girls drive the cattle to a separate catchment where it doesn't matter if their hooves muddy the water. Using a gourd, Michael swishes away the surface algae. This water will be used for drinking, cooking, and washing, and must be as clean as possible. Not so long ago, there were no catchment reserves, and the people had to keep moving, looking for fresh water and pasture for their herds. Now, they tend to live in one place, but water is still a problem, as the rains come only twice a year. Everyone in the area uses this catchment, so it's become a meeting place for friends and neighbors. Luckily, Michael has run into a friend who can help him lift the heavy cans back onto the donkey. The cattle seem to be enjoying the cool water. Michael's sisters have some trouble getting them out. There was a time when these cattle might have had to share the water hole with elephants, rhinos, and giraffes. But the big animals have almost vanished from the dry bushlands, driven out by hunters and farmers. This is cattle and goat country now, with here and there the shambas planted with beans and corn. The village of Cuso has been a local meeting place for centuries. People shop here and trade the latest news. And it was here that Michael's father caught the bus for the coastal city of Mombasa, where he works as a truck driver. Because of the drought, there's not much available in the market, but a few bolts of cloth come in, and some local honey and tomatoes and onions. A plow is more efficient than a hoe for raising the productivity of the land. So, many are learning a method of ox plowing, which was developed in India. A neighbor who learned this method from a development agency is teaching it to Michael. A rein passes through a ring in the ox's nose. This gives the driver control over the ox and lets him plow his furrow in a straight line. Corn, called maize, is the most important crop in Kenya. In an average year, Michael's shamba would produce 4 or 5 bags, but this year the dusty soil will yield only 1 bag. The women go on working among the other vegetables. Akamba women work very hard. They rise before dawn and spend most of the day in the fields. They look after all the farm animals. They grind their own corn into corn flour. And they collect firewood to cook the main meal, which is eaten in the evening. Tonight, the women have made one of the favorite foods of Kenya, ugali, a mixture of corn flour and water. After a 12-hour workday, it's dark by the time supper is over. Today is a school day. Michael and his brothers are washing up before breakfast. When you have to walk 5 miles a day for water, you don't waste a drop. Breakfast is the usual cup of hot tea and milk, called chai, and toasted bread. Michael has 13 brothers and sisters. 5 of them go to school. All of them would like to. But the money their father sends back from Mombasa is not enough to pay the school expenses for all of them. In fact, if the drought continues, some may have to drop out so the money can be used for food. Many children in rural Kenya are not able to stay in school beyond grade 7 or 8. Higher education usually means traveling away to a town or city, and that's simply too expensive. This class is in agriculture, a subject that will help Michael and his friends boost the productivity of their shambas.
Okay, good. Sit down.
In music class, it's time to practice traditional dances. Back home, life goes on in the face of an uncertain future. The population is growing fast, and the shambas are hard put to feed everyone. Some try their luck in the cities, but jobs there are scarce. Michael does not know what he will do. Perhaps he will remain on the shamba, applying the skills he has learned in school. Or perhaps he will do something completely new that no one from his family has ever done before.